So on the IMMAFs, so I've only done one IMMAF. You've done a few IMMAFs. You actually were one of the regular faces on the IMMAF scene between what
Yeah,
2016
and
till
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
I done one IMMAF. I done the Bahrain World Championships in 2019 on about 10 days notice, thanks to Jessica. I
I just pushed you into it really.
I
But it
had
was the best
planned.
thing ever, wasn't it?
So yeah, just on that, I I had an idea in my head what I thought an IMAF would be like, and I thought it would have been like, I didn't realize how big a scale it was, how well it
Mm,
was run, how much was involved in it, in terms of, the countries, the staff, even the
mm,
officials. It's amazing. And actually the backing that they had, behind it, like, the likes of a Mark Goddard, who invests so much time and himself into, like, as well as the fighting standard of fighting, which I was
mm,
really really impressed with.
mm.
Um, he's bringing the next generation of judges and referees and officials through, and then we were obviously there as the cuts team.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
you and Ash part were a big part of the team that was there, not just me, but the rest of the team. You actually were a big part of developing them in the previous years. So like,
Well, I wouldn't say developing, but working alongside. Like, I think, we all have our little part to play in it. I think everybody has to put themselves out there to help. Like, for me, it's more about making sure that everybody gets a fair go. Do you know that way? And everybody learns like a bit, because I always improve on something when I'm out there. You know
yeah,
that way. And if I'm not improving on something, then it's time for me to walk away. So I like to think that, if I have a bit of advice that I've learned over the years, that like I will gladly pass it on to other cut men and women, do you know the way, if it helps them on their way. But you know, I think you have to be that way. I think, you're out there and it's the intensity of it for, the 10 days or whatever. Like you form really close bonds with other international cut men and women, and that lasts over the length of time. So you might not get to see them, for a couple of months after a show, and you do another one where you're working with them. Do you know that way? But with every interaction you have, I believe everyone then can see, how we've all evolved. Do you know that way? How we've put a little bit extra, like, or if somebody wasn't able to, I don't know, like there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the background of the, like, for a cut man that people don't understand, especially in a big massive thing like the IMAFs, where you're
yeah,
talking about the guts of, competitors. Up to, sometimes you could have like, not, 80 fights in a day. Do you know that way? So it's a lot, with 3 cages going. It's a huge amount of hand wraps, getting everyone organized out the back, because there's a way you have to do it. And some people thrive out the back and some people thrive out the front. And then some people thrive in both, in the full situation. But if the people who thrive out the front aren't as good out the back, then, you try and take them under your wing and give them a few pointers and let them, not push them out on their own, but be there supportively towards them. Do you know that way? And
yeah.
that's what I feel like, that we should support each other. Do you know that way? Especially at things like the IMAF, because there's a massive amount of officials that work that, and so much goes on that, you have to have a really close bonded team to make sure everything runs as smoothly as it can for the fighter.
Yeah. So I actually really enjoyed them. I enjoyed it more than I
Mm,
thought that I was gonna enjoy it.
I knew you would.
Um, but what an experience. Oh,
Mm,
you're actually, I probably was actually far better not knowing the scale of what was involved around out there, because I probably wouldn't have went. You know what I'm like? I like things as easy as possible.
mm,
But
I know.
it was it was enjoyable, even just to meet, the whole international scene where you're meeting people from different countries, different cultures and all. That was what an experience to travel the world and do a job that you
Yeah,
love.
that's it. Like, for me, it's not a job. I mean, I always find it's like a calling. Do you know that way? I don't find it a job because I love it so much that I can't call it a job. I feel like it's not work because I love it so much. And it keeps me involved in the sports that I love, which is combat sports. Like, so, whether it doesn't matter what it is, really, like, any combat sports, really. But particularly like MMA and Muay Thai, they would be my two favorites, obviously. But I just feel it keeps me involved and it keeps me doing something I love to do. It's a passion. You have to have passion for this job, because if you don't, then like you're never going to get rich from doing this. Like, you're never going to get rich. And if you think you are, then there's no point in you becoming a cutman or woman.
You
Let's
know what?
just put it
It
out
was
there.
it was kind of mad, when the banter and the camaraderie of people, and we seem to have developed this thing where we had this notion of trying to take videos of people sleeping just
Yeah,
from I fell asleep on the last day just sitting on the chair, because the last day is kind of a wee bit strange because you've been so busy all week, and then there's only a few fights and there's so many cutmen. So like any chance I get to have a seat,
and you
and I,
were
and I just
hungover.
passed. Oh Jesus! I just passed out. I just passed out.
I know, it was funny. It was very fun. I mean, in fairness, like we do have. I mean, we don't have a huge amount of downtime when we're there,
Yeah,
but we do have, when we do have it, like we really, really do bond well with all the team. Everybody tries to, stick together, have great times, go out for food and drinks, and just have a laugh. Like, because it is tough work. Like, you're working from some of the days we were there, like leaving the hotel at 7 a.m., 7:30 in the morning, and
yeah.
you're not getting back till like midnight sometimes. So like you have to have your downtime, and you have to have, enjoy the outside as much as you do the inside, because it is, I mean, I nearly need to take a break when I come home. I need another week off work when I get
Yeah,
home, just to relax after being at an IMMAF. But I wouldn't have it any other way.